Hi, this is Dr. Matthew J. Traum. This is the second lecture in the engineering design course. As with previous presentations, I'm going to split the lecture up into a series of chunks, nominally 5 to 7 minutes long. So when we get to the 5-minute mark, I will stop. You can take a break and then come back and continue with another 5-minute segment. All right, this is what I'm going to talk about in this lecture. First, we're talking about engineering design, and so I'm going to describe to you some of the common abilities of recognized and renowned designers. Then I'm going to touch again on the subject of drawing and sketching and describe how sketches organize thoughts for really good designers. Then we're going to talk about the design problem-solving abilities versus the science problem-solving abilities and differentiate those two skill sets. And from all that, we will come to the conclusion, I think, that the design process is not strictly hierarchical. And if it's not strictly hierarchical, then is a systematic engineering design process even possible? Can you assign order to this world of chaos? And even if you can, is there need for it? Does it actually improve the outcome? So that's what we'll talk about today. First is how renowned designers explain their own abilities. So this list of bullet points comes from a series of interviews where researchers would actually interview people who were skilled engineering designers, industrial designers, architects, and they were asked to describe their own abilities. And the researchers pulled some common attributes from all of the different answers that were given as these designers describe their own abilities. So it should be noted first that the cognitive underpinnings of the design process are poorly understood. That is, we don't really actually understand from a cognitive or a psychological perspective what the brain is doing or how it's doing it as human beings do the design process. But we've been doing design ever since we've evolved as a species. So this is something that we're innately able to do, but we really don't understand how or why at the level of the brain, how it works. Nonetheless, renowned designers all seem to share the same three attributes. The first is creativity, the second is intuition, and the third is experience. And the good news is that all of those three attributes or skills can be learned. So even if you are not an exceptional, renowned, amazing designer at this moment, you can learn the skills to become a great designer. So that's good news. We also find that as renowned designers think about design problems, they think about both the problems and the solutions as being interwoven. So both are fluid and flexible and can play off one another in ways that kind of linear hierarchical thinking does not provide for. And then the final attribute is that all designers use sketches, use drawing as a tool to explore all the possible solutions. Now, we've talked about drawing before, but it is so important to the engineering design process that I want to bring it up again, and I want to use a slightly different example than we've talked about before. So I call this slide Design Drawings from Leonardo da Vinci to Elon Musk. And what I show here are two different sets of design drawings, one from Leonardo da Vinci circa 1485, where he is designing a vehicle with some special attributes, and then a design drawing from Elon Musk's company circa 2016, where he is also drawing out a vehicle with special properties. So Da Vinci's vehicle was an armored vehicle. This is a precursor to the modern day tank. And Elon Musk's vehicle is, of course, the Hyperloop vehicle, which is meant to travel very long distances, almost global distances, near the speed of sound in very short periods of time to facilitate rapid transport essentially across continents. So what makes these two sketches similar, even though they occurred in very different time periods, and the ultimate goal in one case is military or defense and the other is transportation, is that these sketches, along with all of the design sketches, essentially provide a universal tool by which great designers can consider multiple aspects and features of various possible design solutions simultaneously. So you can see to the left, that's Leonardo's armored vehicle. He's looking at both the armor aspect of it in the top portion of the drawing, the armor aspect of it, the defense aspect of it. You can actually see cannons or guns are lined around the outside that are shooting. So he's showing that process. And then in the scene in the bottom, the sketch in the bottom, he's now taken the top off of the tank, and he's looking at the mechanisms that allow the people inside to drive the wheels. So two different aspects: the defensive and offensive aspects of the vehicle, and then the mechanical aspects of the vehicle, both captured essentially in sketches on the same piece of paper. And then when we look to the right, the Hyperloop vehicle, we see even some notations, but we see a door opening. That's how the passengers get into the vehicle. We see the notation saying air cushion, which describes how the vehicle is going to move through the tube, the overall shape of the vehicle, the constraints on the shape because it has to fit into a tube. So these multiple sketches essentially appearing on the same frame, again, allow the designer to look at multiple attributes or aspects of this vehicle simultaneously. So that's a key feature of engineering sketches and design sketches, and how really good designers use sketches to help them think simultaneously about different aspects of a possible design solution. Okay, so I've actually hit the 7-minute mark here almost, so I will pause and we'll pick it back up after a break. See you in a moment.